Welcome to part 2 of our Parks Master Plan presentation. From the survey results, we broke down a lot of the responses into opportunities, needs, and aspirations. One of those survey questions included what's missing in our parks. We've organized those responses into this bar chart that you can see in the left-hand corner. You'll see a lot of the same elements that we touched on earlier appear in the responses to this question. Using that, coupled with the inventory that we did as a team back in August, we were able to identify areas to explore even further in concept development. Starting with some of the basic needs, we're going to walk you through those in our system-wide exploration. As we continue to identify opportunities to address park needs, identifying a park's brand or style for elements like restrooms, shelters, site furnishings, and signage will be important. Sunset Park serves as a great example with site elements and branding that can be applied to parks as they are improved in the future. In addition to needs, the project team has identified a few system gaps as well. The first is connectivity. Middletown's parks are very well distributed, and during this phase, we are exploring ways to build from the city's transportation plan to further connect Middletown's communities with the park system through land and water trails. Community connections to local and regional assets like parks and recreation, the Great Miami River, downtown, and the schools can be built through separate off-road ped bike facilities along future parkways that you see here. On road facilities along bike boulevards and along trail linkages. Waterways also provide a longer-term opportunity for water recreation and trail connectivity both in and along Blueway corridors. This opportunity can be further supported through education and programming around water safety and recreation school skills, and signage that promotes water recreation and tourism in the area. This system of land and water connections serve both near and long-term opportunities to provide community access through physical connection to many community assets and destinations. Our team is also exploring other ways to connect with other planning efforts within the city, such as the comprehensive plan efforts. Access to parks, whether driving or walking, is a key aspect of whether there is adequate park facilities available to residents. Individuals who live closer will visit them more often, and those who are unable to walk to the parks are less likely to visit and therefore deprived of the opportunity to experience the many benefits that parks can provide. It's therefore essential that parks be easily accessible to all citizens, ensuring that all residents live within a safe quarter-mile or a 10-minute walk is one way to make parks more accessible and is a goal being addressed by park professionals across the country. Parks within Middletown's system are well distributed, as we said, and this map shows areas that are within that quarter-mile or 10-minute walk from the park within the white and green buffer. Semi-public parks and open spaces are also considered part of the Middletown Park system and open space network. They are accessible to the community, but not owned and maintained by the city of Middletown, and include spaces like the Great Miami River Trail, Miami University's hiking trails, and the subdivision parks and common areas. Recognizing that parks and rec areas that have the vehicular access and parking, such as Middletown's community parks and trailheads, are accessible to those driving from further distances. Because of this, the white buffer can be extended to a 1 mile or 5-minute drive from those park assets. When those areas are added, the system map shows the coverage and access to parks and open spaces throughout the community, which is great.